On our initial trip up the Hudson River to reach Albany, we passed West Point and got our first glimpse of the nation's first military academy. Historically, this was a Revolutionary War fort, sitting on strategic high ground extending from the west bank and forming a point into the river. We'd get a proper tour when we cruised back down the river, and hopefully could see West Point without a storm. This proved to be the only wet weather we experienced on the trip. The West Point Museum provided our introduction to the history of warfare. From ancient times to medieval armor, to the days of King Arthur, and Indian warfare, to ceremonial uniforms, to 20th century armaments, and the intimidation of big guns. The Visitors Center afforded us a beautiful view of the river. Then we could check out a large graphic display that gave us an overview of the campus, which covers 2,500 acres. The dominant architectural style we saw as we toured the campus might be called Gothic Revival or Military Gothic. Even the guardhouse at the entrance carried out the theme. The largest classroom building is Thayer Hall, which was built in 1911 as a riding hall to teach cadets horsemanship. Today, it houses more than 100 classrooms devoted to history, math, behavioral sciences, electrical engineering, and computer science. I was surprised to find that West Point was the first engineering college in the country, starting in 1794, and that almost all early American railways, roads, and bridges were designed by West Point grads. The crown jewel of West Point's Gothic Revival theme is the Cadet Chapel, which dominates the campus skyline and features a cross-shaped floor plan, soaring arches, and ornate stone carvings. Its services are Protestant, but non-denominational, and West Point also has separate chapels for Catholic and Jewish cadets. This building was completed in 1910, and it houses an impressive pipe organ consisting of 23,511 individual pipes. A few of the small ones are visible here. As you can imagine, there are statues and monuments everywhere you look. The polished granite column of the Battle Monument at Trophy Point contains the names of Union soldiers who died in the Civil War. Fame is depicted on the top. This statue is dedicated not to generals and officers, but to enlisted soldiers. Here's another dedicated to the Buffalo Soldier, a nickname given African American cavalrymen who served after the Civil War. You'd expect to find vintage cannons scattered about, but what's with the chain? These are links from the Great Chain that was laid across the Hudson at West Point in 1777 to protect the colonies from being split by the British in the Revolutionary War. It must have worked. Their ships didn't even try to sail across it. Where are the students, you might ask? Well, here are some participating in a small private ceremony at Trophy Point. We found more cadets on the athletic field. The Corps is divided into companies that compete in a wide variety of intramural athletics. West Point develops what it calls warrior leaders of character by requiring every cadet to participate in competitive sports throughout the academic year. But it's not all fun and games and free tuition. Cadets are members of the Army from day one and receive pay and benefits while earning their degrees. As newly commissioned officers, They then have to fulfill a service commitment of several years. You might say they graduate with guaranteed employment.